And good morning, everyone, and welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and just in general making money as a trader, and also building expert advisors for the MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 platforms, and then sharing my results with you, so you can become a better trader too. So this is what we do here. It is Wednesday, July the 29th. It is Fed rate day, Fed rate decision day. So 2 o'clock today, we have the Fed rate being released, and then we have the Fed presser shortly thereafter starring Kevin Warsh. We'll see what he has to say today as he becomes less transparent with the with what we're doing with the Fed, and does not let us know what they're doing. So they're starting to hold their cards a little bit closer to their chest for whatever reasons. I don't know. I don't work there, so I'm not worried about the Fed. But at any rate, that's what we've got going on today. But there are risks in losing money with Forex, and you need to know about them, and they go something like this. First, this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration at this time. I have held NFA registration in the past. It was about 24 years ago, 2002 to 2004. That's when I was actively in brokerage houses, very small brokerage houses that are no longer in existence. But at any rate, Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So with that being said, let's go over here and we'll talk about me some more. First, who am I? Why should you listen to me? These are some of the EAs I have built. Let me go ahead and put them out here. I'm going to be loading an indicator later on today, which shows pullbacks from a possible move, either going up or down. And when it's ranging, it gives you the opposite of what you probably should be doing. But at any rate, it works very well in trending markets, but it's certainly not a signal, certainly not something where you should jump in with both feet if it does something, but it does give you an indication of what the next move could be. The Bollinger Band, in the meantime, the Bollinger Band and RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 4 is right here with 6 downloads, and the Bollinger Band and RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 5 is right here with 9 downloads. These are basic, very basic EAs. I should probably lower the price on them. Because now that I'm getting into more complex EAs that are a lot more difficult to operate, that are under construction. They're not uploaded to here yet, but they are uploaded here. This is where I've been been hard at work on the FIBO trend continuation EA. Added this notes for this week's experiment, not this week's experiment. But at any rate, that's what we've got going on. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of work here. I started in April of 2019. I don't remember doing that, but at any rate, I do remember doing these. And I have got notes on them, which is kind of cool too. At any rate, that's the GitHub type for thing for MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 developers, so you can keep track of your stuff too. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into tradingforexforprofit.com. This is my site that I'm building for you and for other traders. First, we can come in. I'm in the dashboard, the user dashboard. The way that you do that is just go to the public site, and here this will say start for free or start free. Should probably start for free right there, and click on that. That's the dashboard. That takes you back to the back end, and you can add your account here, right here, with some different ways of doing things. For example, Traders Cup, view activity. Then you can add your activity here manually. Or you can do this and import it. Import your activity here. Take a manual CSV file that can also be done from the MetaTrader 4 closed transactions and MetaTrader 5 deals. One of these days I will make a video to show you how to do that to make it easier. So that you can actually build those things. Let's see. So with that, we also have where are we going to after this? After this, you can also check your account performance, see how you're doing. As you can see, I'm not very good at this. That's since 2023, I think, or 2022. 2023 is how far that goes back. So I uploaded my account for this one. That is not an accurate balance information, by the way. And then we have strategies here. I'm a very small trader. Yes, working on becoming a bigger trader. I've got the economic calendar here. Then we have pairs, all the pairs that we can work with right here, showing the latest, some of the latest results. And we'll be working on this site later on today because we have a new API source that we're going to be bringing on. You can also start here. And this is where you start for free. I'm in the owner's platform, which means there's a little bit of code back there that says that my email address is the owner and I'm the only owner. But you can get into this and you start for free with one trading account and then add that in there. No one else can see your trading accounts, just you. It's not like it's I'm not building a leaderboard or anything like that. Maybe one day we'll build a leaderboard. That might be fun. But at any rate, that's what we've got going on right now. And you can see all the features down below on the pricing billing page. So with that, let's go ahead and get into what we're looking at for today. Go back to the public site. Let's see what's going on the calendar today. All right, we have the Fed funds rate coming in at 2:30, 2 o'clock, expecting a hold. And then the FOMC statement is coming in after that. That's going to be at 2 o'clock. That's when they just release a statement and say, hey, this is what we're doing. And then here's where they answer questions. And that is going to be the big show right there. So we'll see what happens with that. Basically going to affect all the majors. And then tomorrow we have the German preliminary CPI and BOE monetary report. And they're expecting a hold also. And then the official wild card is right here. Expecting a hold, may not get a hold, may get a raise, an interest rate raise, which would work on the yen carry trade a little bit. So we don't want that. Well, you know, it's going to happen. It's one of these days it's going to happen because Japan cannot maintain a 236 debt to GDP ratio without raising rates at some point. But at any rate, let's go into here, and there are people out there that will argue with me. Is that policy is not what that's not what policy is about? Blah 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 blah. And I remember Japan 2 years ago they were saying, "Oh, Japan's got it all figured out how to constantly." That's called monetary. What's it? Modern monetary theory, which is a joke. That it's actually subverting the central banks that take it on. You get the mentality of the central banks that you have unlimited spending or an unlimited blank check, and that is also all over in politics in America and all over the world. That cannot be farther from the truth because the government actually does not create anything. It just moves money from the taxpayers to whoever they're sending it to. But the government itself does not actually create anything. They print money, which if they want to, they can print more money, and then that devalues the currency and sends it into the proverbial depths of despair. So we don't want that. But there may be some people that have political motives to do that. But at any rate, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin, this won't take long. I do not get involved in Bitcoin, but right now, Bitcoin, see this little key fact down here, Bitcoin ETF saw $49 million in outflows yesterday, extending a 4-day outflow streak totaling over $500 million. So almost $1 billion has gotten out of Bitcoin the last couple of days. That's not a buy signal. I don't know why anyone would think it is. It's like, no, why would you? No. It's approaching the September 2025 daily low close. And on that could, the next stop under that is going to be about 49,000. Well, this one's at what, 54? So if it breaks 54, I drew this trend line weeks ago, and it is following right along this trend line. We'll see what happens here in this action, see if it goes sideways or see if it tanks more. But I'm expecting it to tank more, but you know, who knows, we'll see. After that, let's go to bond yields. Have the US 10-year bond yield right here at 4.62. Still well above where we want it. It's 4.5 would be nice, but below 4.5 would be nice. Below 1% would be great too, because that also has a a better idea of what the inflation rate is going on in the country right now. We're expecting a 4.2% inflation rate, and that may be what we actually have. I'll have to look that up. And then the yield rate, and everybody's up except Japan. Interesting. Well, and the Euro 30. But all the bond yields are up with the exception of Japan. That might be a thing right there. Who knows? Because they've got the rate decision later on this week. We'll see what they do. 2.749 is there. And then if you're curious about the, oh, I'm on weekly. Need to be on daily. Oopsies. I'll be on daily. There we go. That's better. I'm not going to start all over again, but that's on dailies. The Japanese 10-year has been off the last couple of days. We'll see if that continues. So that layout, and then we'll come down here to the bond correlation. Let's see what this says. Bitcoin. Nope, we don't want Bitcoin. And here we go, right here. We want the US 10, and we want the Japanese 10. I said we want the US 10, then the Japanese 10. Oh, come on. We did this yesterday. US 10, Japanese 10. There we go. Now we have the yen carry trade is what this looks like. And this looks like it's starting to pull apart a little bit. So we might have a strengthening of the carry trade, which would send the US dollar, the dollar versus the yen higher. The UJ, as it's called in some trading circles. So that might be something to consider. But at any rate, the yen carry trade is nowhere near breaking down. There are many people that have been saying that it's going to break down for the last couple of years, and I followed that for in 2022, and it cost me a lot of money. So I'm not interested in anybody saying that the yen carry trade is breaking down. No, it's not. Here's your proof right here. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get back to what we're talking about. Now, what do I know? I'm not an economist. No, I'm not an economist because economists are wrong 9 out of 10 times. There, I said it. Euro versus the pound, right here. Pound is gaining some strength on the euro. Not a whole lot to talk about though. So we will see what happens with that. I need more coffee. That's better. So not a whole lot going on here. It's a strong bounce back off of the euro versus the pound, but then again, this is just kind of a indication of what's going on. Really, it's still looking very, very bearish. So let's move on to the dollar versus the DXY. DXY, look at that, completely static all week. This is going to be the fireworks don't go off till 2 o'clock. So we'll see what happens after that. With the Fed Watch CME Fed Watch. We'll go over that in just a second. After that, we've got the euro versus the dollar, the inverse of the DXY, considering it's a roughly about 57% of the DXY, the euro as the currency basket goes. So it's not really going anywhere either. Pound versus the yen, wow, you can't get more static than that. It's just a very, very slight bounces. It's a, well, 40 pip range, I guess. That's a... But it's coming out to negligible as far as from close to close. So I don't know what going on with the pound versus the dollar. Good. Let's see. Swissy. Dollar versus the Swissy going up, touching 82 and playing around with it. We'll see if it maintains it. Oh, there's 82. Oh, it's down a pipette. Up, it's up again. Down again. Up again. Down again. By 1 pipette. So that's not a whole lot going on there. That is 1/10 of a pip, by the way. I didn't just make that up. Here is the yen crosses, yen pairs. We have the 163, 163.65, kind of a pullback. I was expecting it to go to the races yesterday, but it didn't. So I closed that trade out, and that trade did not go in. So don't have to worry about it. Did it with the market stop or the buy stop, and the buy stop was not triggered at 64.08, so it did not go. After that, we have the pound versus the yen. Pound versus the yen, the dragon as it's called, is way down off of its highs at almost 219. Yeah, 219.57. So it's off about 200 pips right now. which is a lot. But it's not a lot. Not a lot for the dragon. Not a lot for the pound versus the yen. This is a very high volatility market. Looking for it to go up at some point, but it's right now it's not. Might be more on the story there may be more on pound weakness than it is yen strength. Let's see what we've got going on here. Euro versus the pound. Not a whole lot. Pardon me. Euro versus the yen. It's been kind of a boring little trade for quite some time now, since the Iran war started. After that, we have the CAD versus the JPY. The CAD versus the JPY. That's going to be fun. Not really a whole lot going on there, based on the oil prices usually, but that's kind of a not a whole lot going on with the oil prices either. Aussie versus the yen, down markedly. Down about 150 pips the last few days. Yesterday was, or right now we're down off 66 pips. Off its high daily close of 114.37. Right now it's at, well, 70 pips off from its high daily close. Let's see. Let's get into crude oil now. NYMEX crude oil. Up yesterday, 82.62, 65. Probably some talk that there's going to be some weird stuff going on with a lot of things. With the war in Iran. So maybe they're going to open the Straits of Hormuz, maybe they don't. Who knows? Dollar versus the CAD, flat yesterday. Dropped a little bit and then pulled right back up to where it closed. Have a negligible on that that candle, the latest candle. Again, everyone's waiting for the Fed rates to come out at 2 o'clock. So 69.41 on the Aussie versus the dollar. The Aussie is considerably weaker against the dollar. Might test 69.36. More coffee time. Might test 69.36. It's only 5 pips down there from where it is now. So we'll see if that continues. That's going to be the I'm sorry, 68.78. That's what I'm looking at now. I think I was looking at the Bollinger Band mark. That'll drop it under its 200-day moving average, which is right here. Drops under the 200-day moving average. There's all sorts of fun stuff that could happen. So we'll see if that continues. That's the 50-day moving average right there. It's already well below that. Let's see. Gold. It's either going to be a strong turnaround point or a collapse. Let's see, as watching chart experience has taught me. Gold, precious metals. Let's talk about precious metals. Gold is up a little bit, $2 at 40.31. Palladium, again, these numbers are all going to be changing quickly and drastically at 2 p.m. because everyone just trades that time. The big guys just traded that time. I do not recommend jumping in with both feet at 2 p.m. I recommend waiting until about 3 o'clock so you can see what the major trends are, so you don't destroy your account, because these are moves that can destroy your account. So I'd recommend staying on the sidelines today until after the event. Platinum, 1,600 an ounce, pulled back up to 1,600. Palladium, pardon me, yeah. Palladium down 12.56, off $17 so far for the day, but still a little bit higher than it was a couple days ago. Silver's just falling in love with that 58 level. Right now at 58.65, pardon me, 57.65, just a hair underneath. So we'll see if that continues. Let's look at the software sector again. Software sector kind of surged up a little bit yesterday. HubSpot, something's going on. Something cool is going on at HubSpot apparently. Its stock has gone from 171 back here on the 24th of June, all the way to 236. That'd be a huge move in HubSpot. Salesforce, also another huge move from its lows of 150, 149, all the way up to 181. These are not buy indications, by the way. Anytime I say, oh, look at that, those are just either something I'm seeing something that happened, or I'm giving you my humble opinion. These are not trading advice. I do not give trading advice. Intuit. also up. So maybe we'll see a turnaround in this. 255 to 313, 312. Wow, it's already, pre-markets have got it at 313. Come on, HubSpot. Where's pre-markets got 338, 238.05. Oh, yesterday's close for the open. Intuit's kind of on fire a little bit. They downgraded Intuit from a buy to hold and lowered its price target to 304 a share, down from 504 a share. At 504 a share would be way up here. That's well, now it's trading at least over. That's why it's might be a trade to get into. Oh well, might be. I'm just thinking about my account, not yours. Let's see, GoDaddy. Look at GoDaddy go. GoDaddy's pulling up big time from down here at 74 all the way up to 102. So that's a $25 gain in just a week or two. Very interesting how these things are starting to turn around, and that is would be a mean reversion strategy right there too. Closed below the 20-day Bollinger Band, closed above the 20-day Bollinger Band. So that's, and then you can weather the storm right here. And a big move from the closing below the inner Bollinger Band, the 10-period Bollinger Band, to the 10-day, and then took off from there on the 24th of June. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't think these guys are not trying to raise money as much as the Magnificent Seven are. I don't think. Maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not in the boardroom. Not in the not in their boardroom. 249 on Intuit. That's a huge move in the last couple of days. That's a $60 move in the last 2 days. So the software sector is starting to end up on fire a little bit. So that's kind of interesting. Upwork right here. 6%. And then after that, we have Magnificent Seven. Got this one right here. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Magnificent Seven right there. Off, kind of struggled to get up a little bit yesterday. Google. Big gain in Google yesterday. Guess it's different from Alphabet, but I guess I figured that out on my own time. Let's see, Amazon. I guess I should be looking at Alphabet instead of Google. Maybe both, who knows. Amazon 230 down, not really going too far in any direction. Apple 340. Look at that go. Apple's hit another bounce about right here and decided to take off again. Meta 593 down. They're running commercials on TV too, so that's kind of interesting. They're interested in people or something like that. Microsoft 393 to 35. It's a big going nowhere right there. Big doji on yesterday's trading. Nvidia struggling to get back above 200. Has not got above 200 yet. The pre-market does have it at 197.22. Does not mean anything after the Fed rate decision today. 307. Might get some intraday trade on that, but I wouldn't touch it. Tesla is off 0.5% down to 307 from its highest way over here of 491. Tesla is definitely in a bear market. And then SpaceX. Looks like SpaceX finally got some footing yesterday. So that might be an option to come into, is buy some SpaceX stock if you can. You may have to hold it. Don't know if you have to hold it for 6 months. I think that's just for an IPO that you got to hold it for 6 months. But somebody's been selling it. But that's what's going on with the Magnificent Seven also, and that is about all I've got for today. So if you've got any questions, by all means, hit me up in the comment section. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. And lastly, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. So I could use the thumbs up and the happy feeling that you like this video. So with that, that's about all I've got for today. You guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.